Hello beautiful people and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be picking my March TBR. We're going back to the prompt jar. I was going to use a new way to pick March's TBR since we used the prompt jar for February, but honestly it's just really fun to do the prompt jar, so we're going to be doing it again. We're going to be picking 6 prompts again, which I think is the same amount we did in February, but I didn't end up getting through my entire February TBR for numerous reasons, and March is going to be a very busy month for me. I've been a little MIA here on YouTube and I apologize for that the last 2 weeks because nothing has been really sticking video wise for me. I just haven't really been enjoying the things that I was filming or trying to film for you guys, and I want to give you guys things that I enjoy making because then I think that you guys will actually enjoy the videos as well. So I apologize for the lack of videos the last 2 weeks, but don't you guys worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just trying to find ways to kind of spice up the channel a little bit, especially these sit down videos. I like filming these sit down videos, not just the vlogs or weekly reading videos. I like to do videos where I can film it all in one go. It doesn't take multiple days to film. I'm still trying to get in a groove of how to make them more interesting rather than me just sitting here and talking to you guys. I want you guys to enjoy these videos. So I've been trying to work on how I want to spice things up and make things a bit more exciting. But for today, this is just going to be a TBR video, nothing too crazy. But today's video is just going to be a little prompt jar TBR. It's nothing too wild, but I hope you guys can still enjoy it with me because I really enjoy picking these with you guys. It's fun to kind of figure out what's going to be on my TBR because while the TBR that I make for these videos isn't definite, I may not get to all the books on it, I still want to try because it's very unsatisfying to not finish the TBR that I pick out with you guys. If you guys want to see videos of me trying to finish my TBR for the month, kind of like an cumulative video for the month of me trying to get the TBR done, let me know. That would be pretty fun to film for you guys. And also with my little MIA streak the last couple weeks, I have some fun videos coming up soon. Don't you guys worry. But since this intro has been long enough, let's get into picking our prompts. We're gonna do the same thing that I did last month, and I'm gonna pick the 6 prompts now, and then I will pick the book with you guys after. But I might actually pick them off the shelves with you guys this time. I did say in my last TBR video that it is really hard to do that just because my books are kind of all over the place. I have 2 very full shelves, stacks of books. You guys are sitting on a stack of books right now, and I have some up in my office. They're just kind of everywhere. And I did mention that I might be doing a unhaul with you guys, and I think that I'm going to do that this month, kind of as like a monthly reset if I can get to it in time. I swear we're just starting off March and I already feel like I don't have time, but I will try and show you guys as I'm picking. I think that'll make this a little bit more exciting, you know? So we're gonna pick the 6 prompts. Take it out of my little mushroom cup. Oh, this is a long one. I thought I got 2. A book that's collecting dust. Okay, my handwriting's really hard to read on these, so I don't even think I'm gonna try, but this just means a book that has been sitting on my physical TBR for a long time. And it has to be over a year. None of my books should actually have dust on them, but I'm gonna say I have to have had it for a year or more. But I think I'm gonna go like years. I have a lot of YA books that I talked about, I think, in my last TBR video, which is going to be part of the unhauling, I believe. I've unhauled books before, but I end up keeping a good chunk of young adult novels, but they're quite dated. They're not well talked about, and that doesn't mean that they're not good books by any means. There are tons of books that aren't in the spotlight right now that are amazing books, but I just feel like those books are probably going to be ones that I will never end up reading, or they're going to continue collecting dust. So we're gonna pick one that has been sitting for a while. Our second one is a purple cover. This one I could use for a book that I didn't get to for February, which would be good because it is still on my TBR. It's on my 24 for 24, I believe. That could be good. A book under 300 pages. Okay, I love these prompts. Last month we got a book that was over 400 pages, and I did finish that one. Spoiler alert, I haven't posted the wrap up yet, but I did finish the over 400 page book from the last TBR. That's 3-word title. This is kind of a free-for-all. I feel like I have a ton of 3-word titles on my TBR. Okay, we're gonna choose 2 more. Okay, our 5th one is cartoon cover. This also I feel like is a freebie with which I kind of already have an idea for this one, but we'll still look and see if there's anything else that catches my eye. A book with a map. Okay, so this is gonna be fantasy. I don't know of any other book that isn't fantasy that has a map in it, so we'll see if I have one of those on my TBR that I haven't read yet. We picked our 6 prompts, and now we're gonna pick the books for them. Though cartoon cover, I already know what I'm gonna pick, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm picking, and that is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I don't actually have the physical copy, so it kind of defeats the purpose of these TBRs. I'm trying to get books off of my physical TBR, but I would have bought this book anyways, no matter what, because I buy all of Ali Hazelwood's books, so it kind of counts. I don't actually have the book yet, like I said, but this is the cover. It's drawn, so I believe that counts for cartoon cover. But I'm either gonna buy the physical copy or I'll buy it on my Kindle. I know eventually I'll get the physical copy, so it feels a little cheaty to do that because I don't actually have the book with me, but I'm going to read that one anyways this month, so I'm gonna use it for cartoon cover because I have a couple of videos that I want to film and I need to read specific books for those, so I'm not trying to add more books to my TBR for March because I'm only one gal and it's only 1 month, and I have things in life, I have life to do, so finding time to read all these is gonna be tricky. So we're picking Bride. All that to say, we're picking Bride. We're on the floor now. I apologize I don't have somewhere better to set you guys, but one of my bookshelves is right next to my chair, so it just seems like sitting on the floor is the best case scenario. But the first book that I know for sure, other than Bride, that I want to read for this month, we're gonna choose for a cover with purple on it, because one of the books that I didn't finish in February is part of my 24 for 24, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is. This is where my 24 for 24 is, by the way. It's on the floor. It's great. But that is Chorus by Rebecca Kaufman. But I feel like I have talked about this book in every single one of my videos where I'm sitting down trying to pick books with you guys. So we need to read it. We need to get it off the TBR. And I haven't read it yet. So we're putting it on the TBR. It's got to happen this month. This month is the month. It has to be. And also, since we're over here, I'm going to try and find a book with a map in it. This book could have a map in it. It's the Jasad Air. It is I opened right to the map. Wow, I'm so smart. This is a fantasy. It's got magic in it, high stakes, I'm pretty sure, all that good stuff. This is the first book in the Scorched Throne series. I believe this came out in 2023, so I don't know if any of the other books in this series are out yet, so that kind of makes me not want to read this one. I just got this in December/early January. This was in my book haul, I believe, which was my first ever video. So I don't know if I want to read this one because it's a series that I only have the first one of, and I don't even know if the other books are out yet. So I'm gonna keep looking, but this is a good choice. Another option is The Stardust Thief, which does have a map. Which I believe this is a trilogy. Yeah, book 1 of the Sand Sea trilogy. I've had this one for a minute, so this could be a good one to choose. This book is kind of a retelling of Aladdin, from what I understand. The main character sells illegal magic, and when she saves the prince, she ends up getting the attention of the Sultan, which then sends her on a treasure hunt for a lost lamp. Very Aladdin-esque, looking for the genie lamp. This could also be a really fun read. It is a trilogy and I only have the first one. I feel like I should look up and see if the other 2 books in this trilogy are out yet. If I read a series that the books aren't out yet, I usually regret it because I can't remember what happened. Like with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be like 3 more books in the series, and I feel like I'm gonna forget everything that happened in them by the time those come out. So let me look up and see if the other 2 are out yet. Okay, I looked it up. The other books in this trilogy aren't out yet, so I'm gonna put this one to the side as well. I'll keep it in mind. I might pick this one because it does seem really interesting, but I really don't want to read a book where the other books in the series aren't out yet, so I'm gonna keep looking. Another option could be Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves duology. I'm gonna look at Dance of Thieves. It's in my 24 for 24, so it'd be cool to get that off my list, but of course it's at the bottom of the pile. Oh, it does have a map. Okay, so this is about a 500-page book, so definitely that part doesn't really call to me, but my sister has been telling me to read these for so long. These are my sister's copies of the book. I do feel like I should read them so that I can give them back to her. So I think we're gonna pick Dance with Thieves, which automatically means that Vow of Thieves is gonna be added as well. I was worried for a second that we were gonna have to go to my other bookshelf, but we are going to have to go to that bookshelf for the collecting dust because most of my new books are on this shelf. I do feel like I should reorganize my books when I unhaul to have books I've already read on one shelf and then my unread on another shelf. I forgot that we picked a 3-word title, and if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm gonna pick Vow of Thieves so that I don't have an extra book. I know it seems cheeky. It seems cheeky to me too, and I'm the one doing it. I really want to be able to get through my TBR on top of the other books that I want to read this month. I apologize, guys, but I'm picking Vow of Thieves for that book. It just seems like the smart thing to do, you know? It's not me being cheeky, it's me, you know, being very logical about the amount of time that I have in 30 days to read as many books as I'd like to read this month. And then for our 5th book, we gotta pick a book under 300 pages. This one shouldn't be too bad. I have a couple of ideas, but I would like to pick something spring-y. We're getting into spring now. I'm filming this on March 1st. It snowed today. It snowed for like a good half an hour today. It didn't really stick, but it did snow. So, but I would like to get in the spring spirit. So maybe something similar to like this vibe, very floral. It's pretty light. I don't know. We'll see. This book kind of gives me spring vibes, The Music of Bees. Unfortunately, my cover is like sliced in half. I don't know who took a knife to this cover. I sure didn't. Let's see how many pages are in this. 317. So unfortunately, not this one. I know a couple of books in my 24 for 24 are under 300 pages, but I feel like I've already tried to pick so many books from my 24 for 24 for my TBRs that I'm not gonna do that probably unless it's like last resort. So I'm gonna keep looking and see what I have. I think we're gonna pick Exciting Times for the under 300 pages. I didn't really even have to look at other ones. This book I've had for a minute now. It is, I think, 250 pages. Yeah, 242 pages. It's honestly just about love and life, and in this book we follow Ava, who moved from Dublin to Hong Kong, and she teaches English to rich children, right? All good and dandy. Then she gets in a relationship with this guy who is not very committal, likes their sexual relationship, and then he moves from Hong Kong to London for work. And she doesn't really know where their relationship stands, so she goes out with a girl who takes her out, and they have an amazing time. When the guy gets back from London, she doesn't know who she wants to choose, this lovely new girl who's taking her on amazing dates, or this guy who couldn't say I love you. So it really just seems like a slice of life kind of book, which I love slice of life media. Exciting Times is a debut novel, so I feel like it will be interesting to see how this author writes, if I'm into their writing. And I did say in another video, I believe, that I want to work more towards finding new authors, new books, new genres that I can fall in love with, because I read a lot of fantasy and romance like a lot of other book creators out there. It is a very popular market in books, but I would like to try out some new things. So I'm going to pick Exciting Times, but that's going to be our pick for the under 300 pages. And then lastly, we've got to pick a book that's collecting dust, and I'm probably gonna have to go over to my other shelf because most of these books are quite new. Apologize for the lighting, and I also have like my little jelly cats and stuff on this shelf, so I'm sorry that this is like not the best angle. But one book that I've had on my shelf for a while is The Hating Game, and I have not read this yet, even though it's been on my TBR for a while. I know I didn't spend a lot of time over at my other shelf, mostly because I can't really show you the book and pick them at the same time because it's a tall shelf. It is full of books. That's why I need to unhaul and reorganize. Hopefully I do that this month. Somebody should hold me accountable to unhauling and reorganizing my books because it needs to happen. Honestly, I might even need like another shelf, but it's gonna have to go up in the office because I don't have, where the hell else am I supposed to put? I already have 2 bookshelves in here and that is enough. But honestly, I didn't need to pick any more options because this book was popular years ago. Probably like 3-4 years ago, maybe more, I don't know. It's been a while, but now it's a movie, and I haven't watched the movie because I knew that I wanted to read the book before I watched the movie. Maybe we'll do that this month. I'll read the book, and then I'll watch the movie, and then I'll tell you guys that I hated the movie and the book was better. I don't know. I think most people didn't like the movie, if I remember correctly, but again, I've stayed away from it because I wanted to read this first, and it is long past due that I've read this, so And that is going to be our 6 picks for my March TBR. Yes, I know I'm holding 5 books. Last month, I did the exact same thing. I held up 5 books and said 6, but I actually didn't pick the 6 books last month, and then I had to go back in editing and pick a 6th book. But the first book is Bride by Allie Hazelwood, which I don't have a physical copy of yet. And then we have The Hidden Game by Sally Thorne. Then Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. Then Chorus by Rebecca Kaufman, a repeat from last month's TBR, so hopefully this month I get to it. And then we have Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves by Mary A. Pearson, and that is going to be our 6 books for March. And again, if you guys want to see me trying to finish my March TBR in a video, let me know down below. I would love to do that. It'll probably hold me more accountable for my TBR, because last month I didn't exactly finish my TBR. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did filming it. Picking these prompt jar TBRs is really fun, and if you want to see more like this from me, go ahead and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.